Hello, and welcome back to People Skills Pro. We've talked before about the wolf in sheep's clothing, the person who smiles to your face but secretly works against you. Their public performance is flawless. They are supportive, charming, and say all the right things. But who are they when the curtain falls? What do they do when they think no one is looking? A person's true character is not revealed in the grand public moments. It is revealed in the small, unguarded ones. It's in the fleeting expressions, the subtle omissions, and the quiet actions they take when they believe they are unobserved. These are the moments where the mask slips and the truth of their intentions leaks out. Most people are not trained to see these signals. We are conditioned to take people at their word, to ignore the subtle dissonance that our gut feeling is screaming about. We see the performance, not the performer. Today, we are going to change that. We are going to give you a backstage pass to their true character. We will do a deep dive into the 8 specific subtle things a secret enemy does when they think you're not watching. For each one, we will explore the dark psychology that drives the behavior and show you how to become the kind of observant person who can no longer be fooled. This is your guide to seeing the truth in the shadows. The core principle, the unguarded moment, is a confession. Before we begin, we must adopt the mindset of a detective. A criminal is on their best behavior when they know they are being interrogated. Their true nature is revealed when they think they are alone, in the evidence they leave behind, in the patterns they can't help but repeat. The same is true for a secret enemy. Their public interactions with you are a performance. Their unguarded moments are a confession. Your job is to stop focusing on the performance and start noticing the evidence they leave behind when they think the spotlight is off. This is not about becoming paranoid. It is about becoming perceptive. 1. The micro-expression of contempt. This is the fastest and most honest signal, but it's also the hardest to spot unless you're looking for it. A micro-expression is a fleeting, involuntary facial expression that flashes across a person's face in a fraction of a second, revealing their true underlying emotion. What it looks like? You share a piece of good news. To your face, they smile and say, "That's amazing, I'm so happy for you." But just as you turn away, or as they think your attention has shifted, you might catch it. A split-second sneer, a slight curl of the upper lip, a quick, dismissive eye roll. It's gone almost as soon as it appears. The psychology? This is pure, unfiltered emotional leakage. Their conscious brain is performing the role of a supportive friend, but their subconscious, which is riddled with envy and resentment, cannot help but react honestly to your success. That flash of contempt or disgust is their true feeling breaking through the mask for a microsecond. How to spot it? You can't look for this directly, or you'll seem strange. It's about developing your peripheral awareness. Pay attention to their face not just when you're talking, but in the moments after you've delivered your news and the focus has shifted. If you consistently catch these fleeting negative expressions, trust them more than the supportive words that came before them. 2. The silent unliker on social media. In the modern world, social media is a powerful stage for social signaling. A secret enemy will often use it to send subtle messages of disapproval. What it looks like? You post a significant achievement, a promotion, a new relationship, a fitness goal you've reached. You see that they have viewed your story or seen your post. All of your real friends and even casual acquaintances have liked it or left a positive comment. But from the frenemy, crickets, silence. They make a conscious choice to withhold the simplest, most public form of support. The psychology. To a frenemy, your public success is a public threat. Liking your post would be a public endorsement of your value, and their ego cannot handle that. Withholding their like is a small, petty, but deliberate act of protest. It's a silent way of saying, I do not approve of this success. I do not want to contribute to your social validation. It is a quiet digital vote against you. How to spot it. Don't obsess over a single missed like. Look for the pattern. Is this person very active on social media, liking everyone else's posts, but consistently silent on your biggest wins? That is not an accident. That is a message. 3. The gossip starter, not just a spreader. We've talked about the frenemy who acts as a conduit for gossip, but a more advanced tactic is when they become the source. What it looks like. You're not there to see this directly, but you will see the results. You start to notice that negative or slightly twisted stories about you are circulating within your social or work group. When you trace them back, you often find that they originated from a concerned conversation that your secret enemy had with someone else. The psychology, this is reputation sabotage. They don't have the courage to confront you directly, so they engage in a whisper campaign. They will go to a mutual friend and say, I'm a little worried about your name. Have you noticed he's been really arrogant lately? They frame their attack as concern, which is a disarming tactic that makes the other person more likely to believe them. They are planting seeds of negativity that will color how others perceive you. How to spot it? If you notice the social temperature changing towards you and you hear whispers or rumors, don't just get angry at the group. Ask yourself, who benefits from this? Who is the common node in all of these stories? The answer often points back to the secret enemy. Number 4, the friendship with your rivals. This is a classic power play, especially in a workplace or competitive social environment. What it looks like. You have a known rival or competitor. Suddenly, you notice that your friend is becoming exceptionally close with that person. They are going out for lunch, laughing at their jokes, and publicly supporting them in a way they never support you. The psychology. The ancient proverb says, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." By aligning themselves with your rival, they are making a very clear, non-verbal statement about where their loyalties lie. It's a way to triangulate and gain leverage against you. They can gather information, create an alliance, and suddenly work against your interests, all while maintaining that they are just being friendly with everyone. How to spot it? Look for a sudden and unusually enthusiastic shift in their alliances. Is their new friendship with your rival more about genuine connection or about creating a strategic power dynamic? Trust your gut. Number 5, the data collector disguised as a friend. This is a very subtle and dangerous behavior. The secret enemy will often seem like the most interested and caring friend you have. They ask you deeply personal questions about your greatest fears, your biggest insecurities, and your past failures. They listen with an intense, almost forensic level of attention. The psychology. A true friend asks these questions to build empathy and offer support.
A secret enemy asks these questions to collect ammunition. They are not trying to understand your pain, they are trying to understand your weak points. They are gathering data that they will almost certainly use against you later, either as a joke to humiliate you publicly or as a way to sabotage you by exploiting your known fears. How to spot it? This is about the feeling. Does their questioning feel supportive or does it feel extractive? Is there a balance of sharing, or are you the only one revealing your vulnerabilities? A true friend will share their insecurities in return. A data collector will keep their own armor on while they probe for the chinks in yours. 6. The vibe shift when you enter a room. This is a powerful cue that you can only spot if you are highly observant of group dynamics. What it looks like. You walk towards a group of people where your secret enemy is holding court. As you approach, but before you are officially in the conversation, you notice an instant shift. The laughter might stop abruptly. The energetic, open body language might become more closed and formal. There is a palpable dip in the energy. The psychology. It is highly likely that they were just talking about you. Your arrival has forced an immediate change of subject and a shift from their true, unguarded state to their public performance state. That sudden drop in energy is the sound of the masks going on. How to spot it. Cultivate the habit of observing a group's energy from a distance before you join it. Don't just walk up blindly. Watch and listen as you approach. If you consistently notice the vibe changing for the worse the moment you appear, especially around one person, you are getting a major signal. 7. The selective memory. This is a form of passive-aggressive sabotage where the frenemy conveniently forgets things that are important to you. What it looks like. They forget a promise they made to help you. They forget about the important meeting you told them you were nervous about. They forget your birthday, but seem to remember everyone else's. The psychology. Memory is closely tied to importance. We remember what we value. While anyone can have an occasional memory slip, the consistent pattern of forgetting things that matter to you is a confession. It is a nonverbal way of saying, you and the things that are important to you are not important to me. It's a passive but deeply cutting form of disrespect. How to spot it? Again, look for the pattern. Does their amnesia seem to conveniently apply only to your needs and your important events? That's not a memory problem, that's a respect problem. 8. The stolen idea. This often happens in a work or creative setting. You share a fledgling idea with them in what you believe is a safe private conversation. What it looks like. A week later, in a public meeting, you hear them present your idea as their own, often with a few minor tweaks to make it sound original. The psychology. This is the ultimate act of intellectual theft, driven by a combination of envy and a lack of their own creativity. They see your good idea, and instead of supporting it, they co-opt it to advance themselves. It's a profound betrayal of trust that shows they see you not as a collaborator, but as a resource to be plundered. How to handle it? This is one of the few situations where a direct but private confrontation might be necessary. Hey, the idea you presented in the meeting today sounded almost exactly like the one we discussed last week. What's up with that? But more importantly, you learn a valuable lesson. This person is not a safe harbor for your creative thoughts.
So let's bring this all together. The secret enemy is not a ghost. They leave a trail of evidence for anyone who is willing to look. They reveal themselves in the fleeting micro-expression of contempt. They reveal themselves in the silence on your social media wins. They reveal themselves by starting negative rumors and by befriending your rivals. They reveal themselves when they collect your insecurities like ammunition. When the energy dies the moment you arrive, when they conveniently forget what matters to you, and when they steal your ideas as their own. Your power lies in your perception. It lies in your ability to trust your gut and to see these patterns for what they are. Not a series of accidents, but a campaign of covert hostility. You don't need to declare war. You simply need to take away their access. You remove them from your inner circle. You stop giving them the information and the emotional access they need to harm you. You become a fortress of quiet confidence, surrounded by people who are genuinely on your team. That is how you win. If you found this guide helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to People Skills Pro for more practical advice on building a better life. Thank you for listening.